Ladies and gentlemen, last week's episode, you heard that we were going on a trip to Utah to go help out at a show. Well, we were able to meet a pretty awesome guy there. And overall, an amazing experience. But, ladies and gentlemen, we have Martin Casaus on the pod today. And we got a lot of good questions to ask. How are you, brother?
I'm good, bros. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good.
I lost my voice, so I want to sound kind of like Batman or Macho Man, whatever one you want to sound like. But every time I get sick, my voice goes out for like 2 or 3 weeks. So hopefully y'all can hear me still.
We got you. Can you just say one thing for me?
What was that?
Bonesaw is ready.
Bonesaw is ready. Got 2 minutes of playtime. I love that show.
I love it. God, I love it.
Tom Holland's my Spider-Man, though. Just saying.
Oh, okay. Debatable. Well, I mean, he's
debatable,
yours.
Huh?
Debatable. Garfield's a good one.
Garfield's a great one. I think, not to start the podcast with Spider-Man talk, but I think Tobey Maguire was an awesome Peter Parker, but not a super cool Spider-Man, versus Tobey Maguire flipped around. It was an awesome, super cool Spider-Man, but not a dorky
Peter
Parker.
Yep.
Tom Holland nailed them both.
That's true. So, like I said, we met y'all at Princess Death Wish's birthday bash. We weren't able to stay for your match. How'd your match go overall, though?
Well, I didn't win. I wrestled Princess Deathwish. I got stapled in the forehead with a gun, a dollar bill to my face. That wasn't fun. So overall, pretty crappy. But I got to punch Princess Deathwish in the face for his birthday, and that made me happy. So not all losses.
When we have Princess Deathwish on, we got to see from his point of view how that felt. But so you've had a pretty insane career up until this point. How many years have you been doing this?
No joke. Next month will be my 20th year anniversary of professional wrestling.
Wow.
I started in October of 2003. And on my YouTube channel, I'm about to launch my first match that I ever had. I was 150 pounds, maybe. And it's very different than what I look like now. So 20 years, brother, 20 years.
Dang, that's crazy. And like just see, like, even when I was watching WWE, like, there was points in where I was watching the Tough Enough, and you were on Tough Enough. I come to find out after a little bit of research. Just watching that one after, I think it was the season after its revival with Stone Cold. I think it was, what was his name? Andy and something like that.
Yep, Andy Levine.
Andy Levine, yeah.
That's right.
So what was your, like, experience, like, being taught by, like, or Stone Cold, or was he just the host, or what was your experience of Tough Enough season 5?
Well, let's see. First off, they didn't pay us with crap. I was a stockbroker at that time. They paid us $75 a day. So that sucked. But at the same time, they paid me $75. I got paid to live in a mansion with Stone Cold Steve Austin, Trish Stratus, Bill DeMont, and Booker T, and just be wrestling. Like, so not bad. And not to mention, it's a reality show. So I remember one time in particular, and they want drama. So I'm like, man, it'd be really cool if I had like some Jack and Coke or something around here. And then all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, a bottle slides over. And I'm like, yeah, magic of reality TV, baby. I wish I could do that in my normal life. So, like, it was pretty great. Like, we were fed. My food was free. We got free drinks because they wanted us to be idiots. Like, and I got to be just a wrestler. It was great. It was my first time being just a wrestler, where before I was a stockbroker. And then during the week, and then a wrestler during the weekend. So that was my first time in 2011, where like, hey, I'm paid to do this and just this today. So this is great. I'm in a mansion in California. It's hot. I'm I'm hanging out with some awesome people, and hey, I get to learn from some of the best in the business.
That's crazy. And it's not without accolade. You were never in the bottom 3, and you were the only one to hang up your title belt, which
That's right.
is yeah. So it's not without accolade.
Yeah, it was cool. What for me, Stone Cold Steve Austin said, I asked straight up, I'm like, what do I do after this? And he gave me his cell phone number. He said, send me some wrestling matches. I'll critique them for you. I'm like, sure, I'll send him to one of the greatest minds in the business. Yeah, I'll critique some matches. And we were able to create a relationship from there. He was very helpful. He gave me a lot of tips to help my wrestling career. So like that is the biggest thing I think I took from Tough Enough. Besides, yeah, it's awesome people are able to see me um, for the first time in that light versus and I was a professional indie wrestler before. So I think that was the big thing from Tough Enough is like, now I can ask Stone Cold Steve Austin for advice. That's you're gonna ask anybody for professional wrestling advice. Like that's the guy to do it. And he was kind enough and still kind enough and willing to do it. So man, Tough Enough is fun. Tough Enough is fun. Hanging out in a mansion, wrestling all day. Not bad, not bad.
So from Tough Enough, you went on to a bunch of other promotions, but there's one promotion in particular that I always label as a fever dream on the El Rey network. We have a few questions about that. Most importantly, your weapons of mass destruction match.
One of my funnest in my career. I won't even lie.
Can you tell us like how that came about? Because like watching it, rewatching it, trying to see everything about it, it's just how was that pitched? What went into that? Everything. Can you just tell us as much as you can about that match?
Okay. Spoiler for you wrestling fans. I was a guy, an awesome dude named Kill Switch or Kill Shot. There we go. Kill Shot. He's Isaiah Swerve Scott, and then he's killing it right now. What it was, he is Swerve right now. He's Swerve. Right now he's Swerve, and he's always been Swerve, but now he had a mask on and called himself Kill Shot. He's amazing. He's always been amazing. I'm so glad he's finally getting his due. Funny about that thing about that match is number one, it is one of my favorite of my career. Because of one of the reasons is because it wasn't supposed to happen. They were not going to have that. That match was supposed to be a 4 minute. Me and him blow off, no weapons, just like punch each other and go to a finish and be done. They're like, yeah, we'll do that. I'm like, man, but at this time, me and Killshot hadn't gotten a lot of like give us a chance to show you what we can do, guys. And we hadn't gotten a lot of like I went out there and made crazy faces and had some matches. Yes, but like give me my shot. And so Matt Pierce comes up, he's like, hey, what if we have you guys go at it? And I'm like, cool, I love let's beat the crap each other. And so we had a couple matches where like they already even call matches. We just go in there. I'd interrupt his match. I'd go in and spank him around for a little bit. He'd fight back and spank me back. We did that for a couple times. And then we had a couple matches where literally just that was it. Was we go in there, we kill each other and then go out. So we're like, okay, well, we're gonna end this. We're just gonna how about you two like for 4 minutes today and we just go. I'm like, but I feel like we got something. Like I still was dog tags. Like that's a story. Like let us tell a good end of the story. Let us do something with it. And Swerve was like, yeah, dude, let us show you something. And then to credit to Lucha Underground, we walked up to DJ or the writers and we're like, give us a chance, bro. Like, and he's like, you know what? Let me think about that. Let me talk to some of the guys. I'm like, okay. We were thinking like, all right, whatever, nothing's gonna happen there. Later they came up and said, hey, yeah, we're not gonna do that today. We're gonna have something better. I'm like, all right, cool. Anyways, like a couple of weeks go by, like, hey, we're gonna do that thing, or a week goes by, and I said, we're gonna do that thing. You guys are gonna go. You guys are gonna be main event of that episode, and we're gonna do a thing called Weapons of Mass Destruction match. I'm like, I don't know what that is, but that sounds badass. So yeah, let's do that. Like you got some time. We'll give you a chance, guys, to show us what you can do. I'm like, cool. And then we get there the prior day. We're like, what are all these toys? And because this place was like, we had all the stuff laid out. They laid it out before. So the camera guy seemed like, okay, there's a box here. There's this missile here, etc. So they knew where to go. And as like, oh, okay, well, I've never seen any of this stuff, so this will be fun. And then up here, I remember coming up to me and just saying, like, hey man, this is the first time we've let you guys main event. You know, you guys don't do really well today. Like, I don't know when you're gonna get main event again. Like, I need you guys to kill it. And Swerve, I remember he's just like, done, easy. And he just like walked out and like, yeah, easy, done. We don't need, yeah. And so it was fun because working with a guy like Swerve, he's one of the best in the business. He's so creative. And then you give us a bunch of toys. So it was just like, oh, man, this could be fun if I like, I don't know, throw you on top of this. Oh, this could be fun if I take this ladder, bash you this way. And I'm like, oh, this could be fun. Like all of a sudden you start thinking of messed up. I don't know if I swear, but there you got a conversation and you got two guys thinking about the most messed up ways that they could destroy each other's bodies with all of these weapons. It was a fun experience, man. It was one of it because Vampiro came up and said, hey, here's a bunch of pressure, and then Swerve, you're saying, no, we got this. It'll be easy. I think it was so super cool because we did have it, and it was really fun. And I think that was one of the only matches where like I'm in the middle of it, just like I'm really having fun. Granted, there's blood dripping down my face, a lot of it. And it was one of the coolest matches I've met. I don't know what you really were. If I answered too much or didn't answer enough.
No,
you did great.
I'm just trying to remember any of the stories of that match. I'm like, because that match was like really cool to me, just because they questioned us, and Swerve is like, "We got this," and then I'm like, he didn't even think about it, and then so that I didn't give me a chance to have any doubt either. He was like, "Oh no, yeah, we got this. This is gonna be easy." Like, yeah, and then dude, that was fun. I just remember, yeah, we had the element of we got to play the Melissa a little bit. That was just too easy because I just had to look at Melissa Santos and everybody hated me because they knew our past stuff that we've been building for 3 years by that season. We had the story with the dog tag, so it was more than just two guys going in there and we're telling the story. I think that was the biggest thing that I took from that is we had the whole thing with the dog tags. His identity essentially was attached to that. I'm the crazy man that just won't stay down. He's the guy that won't go down. I think that was one of the best things Swerve ever said was the guy that won't go down versus the guy that won't stay down. And I'm like, all right, that's going to be a really tough battle. And it was. It was one of the funnest battles I've ever had in my life. And I still lost that one too. Damn. I lose a lot of matches.
And one superplex on ammo crates later, one of the craziest matches I've ever seen. But speaking of which, with Melissa Santos, you also had a feud with her love interest Ray Phoenix, and it all culminated in a hair versus mask match. So
by the way, they're horrible barbers. They're the worst barbers. 10 out of 10 would not recommend getting your hair done by those two mother truckers.
Yeah. And like I just want to know, like, during the point that when I rewatched the match, you ripped Phoenix's mask. Did he say you could, or was that just all in the heat of the moment, or
I had a goal and it was to tear his face off, and I had to get to his face through his mask. So
fair.
Okay. Fair.
When you got goals, you have to go for them, man.
Fair.
I love Phoenix.
Fair. So did he
best.
let you keep that mask because that's the one you ripped?
Actually, it's in my front room right now.
Oh my god.
Crazy.
I got the front. I got the so he was nice enough. He let me keep it. I guess that's the Mexican tradition. If you lose your hair, you're gonna keep the mask. And he was kind enough to let me keep it. So I got his mask in there. I got the Lucha Underground title in there. I got the Get to the Gods title in the front room, just like little mementos of like, all right, you got some life stories.
Oh, that is so cool. Oh,
Yeah, my
that is
wife didn't
amazing.
think so because I brought it home. I put it in a bag. So Phoenix put it in a bag for me. And I brought it home and I was like, yeah. And then like I didn't clean up my bag right off the bat. I just kind of like got home, took a shower, like wife happened to get it because I had to go to work the next day. I was a stockbroker. And yeah, we left it in there for a little bit of time. So we just sat in like sweat and in a moist little bag. So by the time I
Oh,
took it out, it was nasty. It smelled gross. We had to put it in the shed for a while because it smelled up the whole room. Um, so I worked for that belt, man. But I got it. It's up there. I bled and smelt it and ripped it off the face. But I got it, damn it. Goal achieved.
so what was it like being part of Lucha Underground for as long as you were? How just how? Because you guys filmed like an actual TV show, correct? Like you guys went season by season.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
It was one of the best. It was one of the coolest things because I was one of the first guys signed. Um, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but I was one of the first guys signed, and I was originally going to be a magician, and they were going to have me as Marty the magician, and then beautiful Brenda was going to be the girl walking me out, like my Vanna White, essentially.
Oh,
And
okay.
so we had a match with that, and that's a whole nother story. I don't know how long you got on this podcast. You shouldn't. Shit, I'm tired. You should have brought me one here when I had some energy when I wasn't tired, because now I sit here and tell stories. Um,
We're gonna have to have you on again.
uh, anyways, yeah, no, but it was great. Lucha Underground was an amazing experience. They had me initially as a magician. I was going to be a beautiful Brenda. It was the first season. Long story short, I got a concussion in wrestling Cuerno. He was in the WWE right now, killing it in the LWO. Spoiler alert, in case you don't have the internet. Um, but King Cuerno, yeah, I got a concussion. I woke up in the hospital and nothing but like pink spandex with a peacock on my junk.
Yeah.
Um, and not knowing how I got to the hospital via ambulance apparently. Um, but man, Lucha Underground was fun. It was fun to watch it evolve over into season 4 because one thing about Lucha Underground that I've never seen anywhere else is just like, and people always talk about it, but like there was that community was tight. That locker room was tight. Like everybody was watching each other's matches in the back. They had the TVs back there, like, oh, dude, that was cool. Like we would all watch each other and like high five each other and shit when we got in the back. It was cool. We cheered each other on, and that felt like a good family there. I think that was one big thing that stuck out to me about that whole show. Besides the aspect of like, we're bringing time travel into professional wrestling. There's that whole thing too. But like,
Yeah.
I'm an actor, so I'm used to acting scenes. So that's something I was used to. I just thought it was cool to have in a professional wrestling environment. I thought it was super cool. Like Dario Cueto was a very experienced actor by that time. Still doing it right now. But other guys weren't. They are not used to doing a scene like 19 times in different inflections and trying to get emotions and zooming in on your eyeballs and stuff like that. That's some of the stuff they got to do in film that they don't do a lot of in professional wrestling. Professional wrestling, you got a camera over here, this guy's interviewing, go. Like it's different. But being from an acting world, I love that. That was one of the things I love the most. I love acting. So I ate that shit up. The only crappy thing is they would do that on like Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and then they would shoot the television shows like you said, a season, uh, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So season 1 we shot Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, um, for like I think it was like a month or 2 months or something like that. No, 2 or 3 months. No, it was like 3 months actually. I lied. It's like 3 months. Like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, boom. And like, I think the second season we had a week between, or maybe it was the first season we had a week between. Sorry if I don't remember the exact details. It's been a couple of years. I get kicked in the face for a lot. So,
Yeah.
but it was super cool because we were like, okay, we shot this whole season, on the weekends, and then one of the seasons or a couple of seasons we had like a shoot Lucha Underground, you have a week off. So if you want to go do an indie show, you could go do that. If you didn't want to, you didn't have to, because next week you're going to be Lucha Underground again. So I thought it was super cool. We fly down there and be at the hotels. It was great because everyone was just so tight with each other. So everyone was wanting the show to work. And I'm sad whatever happened to it didn't happen, or it didn't work out the way we wanted it and we're hoping. In fact, the last thing I heard, number one, I walk in the season 4, very last episode. I finish my match. I lose my title, so I go in. By the way, I went in as the Lucha champ, the last episode ever. Just say, I lost it still, so it didn't really count by the end. But we won't talk about that part. But I remember coming back. There was blood all over my face. I had no title. But they're like, dude, that was really good. We got funding for next year. Like, we're ready. So like, we were all jacked for season 5, and like, all right, the guys that needed to be here were here this episode, and apparently they didn't work out. So it was something that I hope it does one of these things that I see a lot of TV shows in the past come back, like used to have a resurgence, and like everyone realizes how cool it is. I kind of hope that happens, but I'm not putting my horses on it. It was an amazing experience, though. I got to meet a lot of great friends. I got to wrestle some of the best in the world. That got me to Mexico. That got me traveling the world in professional wrestling, and I pretty much owe my professional wrestling career to WWE Tough Enough and Lucha Underground. That's what most people know me from now. AAA, like some people in Mexico know me from that, but people still in America don't watch a lot of AAA to know me from that. So without those 2 shows, they've definitely made my last 20 years of my life so fun.
Do you still have any of the Aztec Pride shirts?
They yelled at me for selling shirts that said Spectrum Pride only because they want a copyright. And they never sold any of the shirts, by the way. I do have them on my website actually. It's Aztec Pride, but I had to put like a 8 gigabyte or like 8 gig of my face on there, so it was different enough. So go to martincasaus.com and buy yourself an Aztec Pride shirt with this mug on it if you like video games and nostalgia.
Yes.
Because now the Aztec Pride is almost a nostalgia shirt, right? It's been what? How many years since Lucha Underground?
7?
2016.
Jeez, yeah. See, time flies so
7?
fast, man. Yeah, it's been so long. Time flies by fast. So yeah, that's almost a nostalgia item now too.
Do you still keep up with any of the guys that you used to wrestle with? I know one promotion, it's probably a lot harder to keep up with them than the other. But do you still talk to them here and there?
100%. Like when I did the AW last, we were playing hot hacky sack in there with Jack Evans and Angelico. The WWE will be here in Salt Lake City, and I think it's actually this next week or so. Carrying him crosses a SmackDown though, huh? Like I still keep in touch with Carrion. He's the bunny, not the bunny, but he was in the bunny tribe in Lucha Underground. Black Rabbit, that's what it was. White Rabbit, that's what it was.
Oh, okay.
He was the White Rabbit.
He was.
All London, I send love messages a whole bunch because we just kind of send love messages back because we don't live in the same state. But like we would spend all day shooting. Like we'd get there at like 9 a.m. and we'd be there until 9 p.m. almost. So we just get in the car and just drive around Los Angeles, just like chatting it up. It was great. Like just like getting the Los Angeles tour by Paul London. So I still keep in touch with Paul. Matt Cross, I still keep in touch with. I think it's funny that he's on both the shows we've talked about, Tough Enough and Lucha Underground. I think he's way too pretty, by the way, for a mask. So enjoy his face now. Yeah, I keep up in touch with most of the guys, actually, to be honest. Most of them, yeah. I try and keep in touch with people, bro. I like people. So, and granted, I don't get to text a bunch of times because I'm doing my own life, but I like to keep in touch with people. And when like I was in Vegas this last weekend, I got to keep in touch with a bunch of people that live there. So, I love when I go to a town, just like being able to text like 20 people, like, yo, bro, I'm in town, let's rock. And it's a party every time.
Oh, that is the goal.
That's the goal, man.
That's awesome.
Just have every single state almost. There's like a couple people I could text and be like, "Let's rock and roll." It's life is blessed with professional wrestling. 20 years of professional wrestling has been life definitely blessed, and I wouldn't have it any other way. To be honest, I don't even know which way it'd be without professional wrestling.
So being known as like Marty the Moth, you know, it's weird how to say this, but I've started witnessing it a lot more in professional wrestling. There are people who go to certain promotions and when they're mentioned by it, they kind of have a little ick about it, but you really wear it on your sleeve. That Lucha Underground just seems like it was your second home in a sense.
I mean, it was like it was fun. Like I've done a bunch of indies, and the thing is like you do indies once a month. We were doing Lucha Underground like for a while, 4 days straight for weeks in a row. So you just got closer with people. You just like cared about that show more than like an independent you'd visit once a week, once a month, or twice a month. So, and it was a great show. We brought time traveling to wrestling. We brought acting to wrestling. I thought it was a great show. Granted, it was 7 years ago, so I don't want to just hang my hat on that. I got plenty more to do. There's a video game coming out I'm going to be in.
Wait,
I'm stoked as crap for that.
wait. You're gonna be in. Are you gonna be in the one that JTG is gonna be in also?
That's
is that
right.
the one? Oh, you're gonna be in it.
I'm going to be in it. The wrestling code. Marty the Moth Casaus is going to be in there with what I'm not going to say names because I don't know who's all been announced.
That like the leak for it is gonna be so much fun. Oh my god,
yeah.
I'm excited.
There's so much stuff I want to tell you guys because it sounds like you're a gamer. There's so much stuff I want to say, but I already went. I did mocap. I did like cameras on your face, headsets. It was like I'm a video gamer growing up as a kid. I still play stream on Twitch. Go visit my Twitch channel at Marcus House. But like I'm gonna play the shit out of that. I haven't played a wrestling game in a minute, except for the last 2 games that came out because I have more friends on those games. But like, I'm gonna play the shit out of that. I'm gonna play with myself on the internet so much, guys. It's gonna be ridiculous how much I'm gonna play with myself on the internet for money. I hope.
Good, great.
Catch me on Twitch, guys. Catch me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Martin Casaus.
Oh my god. Yeah. I'm so excited. So I didn't know if this game was still in development until I saw JTG's updated video that he created a new move for it. So that's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited.
Dude, it's gonna be so fun. It's got like I saw the roster list. It's gonna be one of the biggest rosters of any wrestling game ever. There's gonna be so many DLCs. They want to work with the people that are streaming and make it easy for them. So like I know some things that are gonna be if they do some of the stuff that we've talked about, it's something that no other wrestling game has ever done. It's gonna be awesome for streamers. It's gonna be oh man, it's going to be a sweet ass game. It is definitely still in the works. I've never built a wrestling game before or a video game at all. So I don't know how long it takes to make a video game. I don't know how. I think it's all magic. I don't know. So I also really wanted to come out like yesterday, but I'd rather them take longer and make a solid ass game so that I can play it for years and play with myself on the internet in front of all you people.
Is it how long? Do you know how long it's been in development?
Oh, it's years. It's been
it's
years.
Yeah.
So then
it doesn't help like yeah, it doesn't help that like I'm excited because of the roster. It seems like more and more people are being added, but it's such a small niche. Like I want to play it right now. I want that alternative. I know we got Fight Forever from AEW, but I want an alternative other than
are you enjoying AEW Fight Forever? They try to model that off of No Mercy. And I was a big ass No Mercy fan. That was still my favorite game.
I haven't even gotten it because I'm just at the point where I've seen so many bad reviews for it. And usually when I play a game, I'll just go in. I don't care about the reviews, but it looks too cartoony for me.
Okay. All right. Most of the times where I see critics and stuff saying like this is a horrible movie, I end up really liking those movies.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I had to because I heard about the No Mercy. Most of the Lucha Underground roster is on AEW.
Yeah.
So I had to, excuse me, I had to grab that game and play with some of my boys. Sam Guevara right now in that game is just crazy. I had to pick it up, especially since I know this game's coming out and I haven't played a wrestling game in forever. Like I don't get a lot of chance to sit and play video games. That's why I stream, so that I have to force myself to sit and play video games. Because then I'm working with the brand and get to talk with amazing people in the community. I don't feel like if I'm just sitting at home playing video games, I'm building anything. I'm just being lazy. So if I could do it streaming, I feel less bad about it. Like, granted, I'm not bringing in huge money from streaming, but I love hanging out with that community. It's amazing. The streaming community is something that I never thought would come from streaming. That sounds weird now that I know streaming, but I don't know. I just figured I get on there, play games. Stuff happens. I don't know. The streaming community is awesome. If you guys don't watch streamers, you should. It's amazing. Go watch the shit out of me playing the Wrestling Cup because I'm going to play the hell out of that so much.
So excited. I'm so excited.
I loved it. WWE Tough Enough. I love Lucha Underground, but I don't like that. Those are stuff that gave me some amazing experiences, but there's much more to come. That video game is going to come. They haven't put out any dates yet, and I don't want to put out anything they've told me because I don't want to get my ass kicked and them get mad at me because I think I'm just going to shut up. It's going to be an awesome game. I don't want to screw it up, but dang it. That's a life bucket list goal of mine is to be in a video game. I remember creating myself in No Mercy, and back when the graphics were amazing. And so this would be cool. I don't have to create myself. It's awesome when the streaming community or the wrestling community creates me on WWE games. I can just go download it now. I don't have to go create myself. But it's cool to see the creations people make. But now they don't have to. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be my moves. It's gonna be my curve stomp. It's gonna be me coming. I'm excited. I'm a video gamer. I'm excited. But let's just say that. So much more to come.
So what's your favorite video game?
Dude, I really like Batman Arkham series. The Batman Arkham, I like a good story. Wrestling is storytelling. I like the Batman Arkham series. Batman Arkham Knight was sick. I love driving around the Batmobile like crazy. That style of games I like. Are those called MOSs, where it's like you're a figure and then you just walk around flying? It's also like Spider-Man. Spider-Man is an awesome game on PlayStation. If you guys have PlayStation, one of my favorite games of all time. Right now, I'm playing Batman Gotham Knights. Not as good, but still the concept's the same. And I hate not beating games. So I'm playing that. I love Apex. If I'm going to do shooting games, Apex is a fun shooting game that I love to play. Wrestling, I've been playing AEW. I've been switching off a little bit, but mostly I've been playing the AEW games. There's off No Mercy. I can be at Penta or Phoenix and be like, oh, I remember that move. That move sucks. I feel you. I wouldn't kick out either video game. Yeah, so
that's crazy.
Yeah, so I can just kind of stick with one game or I'll go hard on different genres. Dead by Daylight right now actually is something I've been playing the most. Alien just came out with it. I just saw Alien for the first time in my life a couple weeks ago, so now I'm stoked. Let's have some Alien and let's catch and kill some people. It'll be fun. Dead by Daylight's a fun one for me too. So those are kind of my four. I'm just kind of playing with shooting one, wrestling one, Dead by Daylight one. But again, all on my stream because otherwise I run several other businesses. I have a clothing line coming out. I have a payment app that's killing it right now too. Where every single time you use a debit card, you have a fee, right? Like when I accept shirts from people buying it with a card, I have to pay 3% back. And it's stupid, but that's what Visa and MasterCard do. So I got another way around it. I get paid every time I go to Walmart, Amazon, anywhere, gas, groceries, anything. So yeah, we're building a lot of stuff. So I'm excited. The video game's going to come out, and that's going to be more exposure plus more wrestling opportunities. So there's much more to come. Long story short, but
so I am trying to get on this man's level.
So that's
you
kind
have
of funny.
So many facets, man.
Yeah, because lo and behold, my co-host here has also started his wrestling journey. He started training. Yes, he started training with Gino Rivera. Hence why we were Hence why we were with the Off the Ropes crew in
Did I
Utah.
meet him? Did I meet him while he was here? Was he here?
No, you met Ocean though. You met all three of his like prize students.
Gypsy Mac,
Okay.
Ocean, Dante King, and oh no.
Ricky's not debuted yet. He doesn't count. Same as me. It was just
JKM.
Oh, JKM. Also JKM. Yes.
It's like JKM, you better give him crap for not remember your name. Like
I'm so sorry. I haven't met him yet. I haven't.
That's good. They were all great guys. They were all amazing guys, and I wish I had a trainer that got me out. Someone asked recently about what I would change in my wrestling career. I wish I would have got out right from the very beginning. I didn't know in my wrestling career for the first 5 years. I didn't know there was an independent wrestling scene. This was 20 years ago in Salt Lake City, Utah. No one knew there was any wrestling, so like it was just us. So I had like one match a month for forever, and then like, oh, there's wrestling out here. So then it's like, oh my god, I gotta get the hell out of here. So like, I'm glad they're in a great spot with a great trainer, getting them out there. If you're a professional wrestler, you're starting your professional wrestling career, I'm gonna tell you the same thing. I tell every single person, every single time someone asks me on my social media, how do I start my wrestling career? You find the best place that you're willing to go to, the best trainer that you're willing to go to, and you go there and you outwork and you outstudy every single mother trucker there. That's step one.
Oh, yeah.
After that, then contact me. No one's ever contacted me after that. So go out, work, and outstudy everybody else. Absolutely. And it seems like those guys are in the right spot. So, and they're putting in some work and making downs. Awesome.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing that we are taught is to not be homebodies.
Yes.
That the moment that we can travel, to go, to make a name for ourselves, to go places that scare us and don't go anywhere that makes us comfortable.
And there's much more to come. And with that, video game is going to be more exposure, more people want me to wrestle, more eyes in front of me. So it's just going to expand on everything else I want to do with my content, with my professional wrestling career. And that's the next step of my journey in my life is enjoy the success of having that video game come out and continue to love doing what I do. I just want to figure out what I love doing and then get paid to do that as many times as possible. Streaming, working out, wrestling, playing video games. Like I just want to have as much fun as possible and get paid to do that.
That's
what I'm doing. That's what you're doing, right? That's the goal.
That's the
after the show, or like maybe a day or two when you have free time, can I get a hold of you again and just pick your brain? Because
you got my number.
Yeah, because that's my goal, is to be in so many different facets to where I'm okay, but doing things that I love. And for a lot of people, including our generation, me and Chris, a lot of the generation is more negative towards us trying to start our own things or do our own things. And I would love to just pick your brain on all of it.
You two had no money concerns, all your bills are paid, you'll never have to pay a dime for anything again. What would you do every single day?
Train to wrestle.
You just wrestle in the wrestling ring all day. That's great. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, that's all I would do is do that, because that's all that. So I started wrestling back before the pandemic.
Okay.
I was with a different school in Texas, and then after the pandemic, I didn't wrestle at all. Figured it was over. You know what? I took too long during the pandemic. I had no faith in myself. I was worried that, my body wasn't going to be able to do it. And then once we got a hold of Gino, that first day back surprised him more than it surprised me. He thought I was going to be greener than shit. But about 30 minutes into practice, I was bumping in the ring just as normal. No problems. The only problem I really have is just trying to get back into shape. That's it. That's all that really matters.
That's something you can control.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So
like
trying to start all because we have a small card business right now, like the Pokemon cards.
Okay.
and we've been selling those. But I'm trying to grow that more, just so that everybody's taken care of and I can focus on that, because that's what I want to do. I want to have my first match, because I can only imagine how you felt getting the okay to have yours.
It was super stupid quick. Like I said, our trainers were so different. I was in wrestling within 3 weeks. My first match, I was in, and I'm gonna post that on my YouTube channel. I had athletics from football, wrestling, track, and lacrosse before this, so the athletic part was easy for me to pick up. I was definitely in there before I should have been. The technical stuff was there. I had no idea what the hell I was doing, but the technical stuff was there. But the first time, I still feel that every single time I go through the match. It's been 20. Next month will be 20 years, and I still have those anxious, nervous, not nervous like bad, but like butterflies. I want to do this right. I'm going to kill it. Kind of excited. I get pumped up every single time I go out there, and it's been 20 years next month. So it will never go away. And if it does, it's time for you to retire, because
I love it. I love it.
Then you don't care about it no more. If you're not wanting this to work out to the best of its ability, then just be done. So I'm excited for you to have your first match. When's that happening?
It's gonna be a long time. I'm hoping to have it within 6 months to a year is my first match.
And what needs to happen to make that happen?
I just need to get in shape, brother. That's it. That's really all it is. I need to get in shape and have more confidence in the ring.
Okay. All right. So get in shape is what? Lose 10 pounds, gain what? Certain body fat, or what is getting shape to you? You gotta specify those goals specifically. Get in shape doesn't quite work. I can just not eat a donut and I'm in better shape than I was yesterday.
Okay.
Oh, yep.
He
got me there. He got me there.
Because I'm gonna go eat a donut right the hell now. But
yeah.
But I just know I have a mentor that like just talks to me today. I said, I text him, thanks for believing me when I didn't. He's like, I reject your hypothesis about you not believing in yourself. You didn't believe in yourself in that moment, and you believe in yourself now, and because this is a new you. And I'm like, all right. He's like, you're a new you now than you were a second ago, and now a second ago, and now a second ago. So just because you didn't believe in yourself 3 seconds ago doesn't mean that has to be you now. I'm like, damn. This is over text message. I didn't think I was going to get this whole thing about it, but this is kind of cool. You're right.
Oh, that's awesome.
I had self-confidence issues as a kid. I was bullied as a kid. And wrestling, it's now going back, and I'm doing a lot of reflecting the past, like, oh man, it's 20 years next month. So I've been doing a lot of reflecting about like matches and things that stick out to me in a career. Did I learn or anything like that? And like the biggest thing, I was bullied as a kid, so I never had self-confidence really. It was just never there. I faked it until I made it, and by pretending to be a bad guy and all the cockiness and that stuff that I hated, that I wanted to be, I just emulated that and put it in the ring, and I was this character, and that evolved into Marty the Moth. But that was completely made up. This is what everything I hate about people that I kind of also wanted to be in some sort of confidence way, and then put that out there, and then I just faked that. So I'm like, I'm actually kind of good at this. I'm actually all right. You know what? And then I worked with mentors and personal development. I'm like, all right, that's pretty good. Confidence is great. I don't have to fake it anymore. This is great. I'm going to kill this. And one thing I took away from wrestling is just that it gave me my self-confidence when I didn't know I didn't have it. So wrestling has done so much for me, and I would never take a single day thing back. I have 8 herniated discs in my spine. I have a broken rib. I have adrenal gland that's not there. I have a pin in my ankle. I'm beaten up, but I would not change a single thing because it made me into who I am today. And I think professional wrestling. So, but
I
man,
love to hear
beat
that.
your ass.
I love
yeah, just telling you that going into it, because you're how far in right now?
I'm barely a few sessions in.
Ooh, baby, yeah, start off hot. I'm excited. Oh, if you don't send me updates, I'm gonna be pissed, brother.
I will.
Ooh.
Oh man, you would have loved the chop day.
So he's got Zilla Fatu on his ass. He's got Brooke Havoc on his ass. He's got you now, Gino, Ocean. You got a list, man. You got a list.
That's a whole lot of accountability, brother.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And I love it.
Your court.
I love it so much. I wish I have a picture. I wish I had a picture because they have the chop day for initiation.
I never had that. I heard so much about that, but no one ever gave me that. No one ever messed me up like that. I lucked out. Barely. Everyone's always been nice to me. I treat everybody nice. I never got messed up. So tell me about your ass whooping.
So it was bad. So the first time when I was in Texas, they gave us the option. They were like, all right, so they had their biggest guy there, and he was like, you could get 50 individual spaced out chops from this man, or you can get, they had 10 people in line, 10 veterans in line, and they were like, or you can get 10 each from us. I took the 10 each, even though it was 100. I was like, you know what? It'll be spaced out. Their hands aren't as big. After like 30 chops, I stopped feeling everything in my chest. I was like, this is horrible. And so now when I went to my new school with Off the Ropes, Gino was awesome about it. He said one chop from everybody. This is their way of showing you that you belong here, but also that we're not gonna go easy on you. And yeah, that one still sucked.
I like that because there's still a matter of suckage to it. You get to connect with your homies because if you're doing wrestling practice, right, you guys are working through something together. Yeah. You are sweating, you are dying together, and so a little bit of connection is good for everything. So I like that one much, much, much better.
He has his school outside, so they train whether it's 105 degrees here in New Mexico or whether it's 30 degrees in the snow. They try to learn as much as they can because you never know where you're going to go. You might go to a building that has no AC in Louisiana and you're going to have to wrestle there and get used to it. So that's the best way they told us.
I wrestled 5 days a week here. And the promoter had building issues like 3 weeks into me starting, and then we were in his backyard. We'd have the cops called on us all the time because the neighbors are just here like, crash, like all this selling and crashing. And so the neighbors would get called on us all the time. But we trained in the backyard. I wouldn't say it's backyard wrestling, but essentially it's backyard wrestling. We were learning how to train, and we did it 5 times a week. And I was damn good at what we did. So learn where you can learn, brother. You're going to be in so many different situations. I wrestled in flea markets. I've wrestled in the backyards for birthday parties. That was fun.
That'd be cool.
It was so fun. It was little families for a kid's birthday. He just wanted to see anything. Dude, it's gotten to the point where like it's so fun just to watch people's face light up. Just the reaction you get from people. Oh, see now, man, we need more time. I like talking with you. I'm gonna sit here talking. My bad.
You're good. You're good. All right.
But I've wrestled anywhere from flea markets to children's birthday parties to 28,000 people in Mexico Arena against Rey Mysterio. And it's all because I've practiced in so many different situations that I'm used to it now. So keep practicing, brother. Practice where you can learn, listen to everybody with a grain of salt, but listen to everybody. Keep your mouth shut and your ears open. Very excited for you.
As we start to wind down, what is one more thing that you could say, not just to me, to everybody I train with, to everybody who's starting out, to young wrestlers to people who aren't even in the business but want to get into it? What is one thing you could say after 20 years that'd just be helpful?
One thing I would say, if you're getting into any business, whether it be professional wrestling or anything like that, pick a goal. I want to be in my first match. I want to main event WrestleMania. I want to sell this much merch. Don't care what your goal is, but pick a goal and make action steps to get to that point. So that way, every week or every day, Even better, you can keep yourself accountable. As if it's your first match, all right, what do I need to do to get my first match? I need to do this. I need to get into better shape. What do I need to do to get in better shape? I need to eat better. I need to go to the gym every day. I need to do this. So now every single day, you are accountable for something that you have to do every single day to work towards the goal that you have listed out and written down. Write it down and put it somewhere that's in your face all the time, so that when you wake up, you get to decide, I'm going to hit that goal or am I not? And then do those little action steps, because that's you to doing those goals. Otherwise, don't do them and don't find another dream, because you're not going to find one unless you make a goal and stick with it and do it. So make a goal, make them specific, make action steps, make a goal every single day to make it work. That's what I would say.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, where can everybody find you on the social medias?
On the social medias, you can find me everywhere. Hopefully with a voice soon, so I don't sound like this. At Martin Casaus, rhymes with house. It's house. Martin Casaus. It rhymes with house, like social media and professional wrestling is the house of Casaus. So get used to it. Find me on Instagram, Facebook, social media, YouTube, Twitch, everything at Martin Casaus. If you get confused, Google Martin the Moth. My shit will be there. Just find me. MartinCasaus.com is where you can find all the merch. Twitch.com is where you can find all this. Twitch.tv is where you can find me stream. And soon you can find me on a video game store near you. But go to Martin Casaus. Find me on my Instagram. That's where I use most of my stuff. Go to my Instagram at Martin Casaus. There we go. I'm on everything, listed under everything. So the exact same thing. So.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to this episode. It was insightful. It was fun. We got to learn a lot about Lucha Underground and the man.
Hold on. Before you cut this off, I'm gonna do a game here. Where you said you need to do what to have your first match?
Just need to keep practicing and get into shape. That's what I said.
Get into shape. What does get into shape look like to you specifically?
I'm gonna say I gotta lose 15 pounds. That's what I gotta say.
15 pounds. What is it gonna take for you to lose 15 pounds?
I just gotta eat better, exercise more.
I would love if this podcast community listening to this podcast now can keep this man accountable to losing 15 pounds. What can you tell them and update them? Well, I went to the gym every day. Can you tell them every single time when you go to the gym?
I can. We have a group page on Facebook, so everybody knows where all of our videos come out.
All right, guys. I'm looking at the community right now. I need y'all to keep his ass accountable. Not like there's me and other wrestlers and other wrestlers and other wrestlers and his trainer doing the exact same thing. But I need y'all to remind him, did you go to the gym today? Because you got goals. So I'd love to see y'all keep him accountable.
Oh, this is awesome. This is amazing.
I love it. I love it.
If you do, send it with him in it, tagged. Say, did you go to the gym today? Tweet me, I'll retweet it. And let's keep him accountable right now, right the freak now. Guys, if you're listening to this, we are helping a man achieve something. So let's keep his ass accountable. If he wants to quit, that's up to him. But if he wants to get it done, let's keep him doing it. So send me on Twitter, Martin Casaus. Hey,
damn,
he did it.
Yeah.
And tag him.
Damn.
I will retweet it if you want extra views on your shit. Just keep him accountable. Deal? All right, fans. Bye. Keep him accountable. Now you can close it out because now I got your community keeping you accountable for it.
Oh shit. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to this episode. Like I said before, and we will see you in the next video.